Good morning, everybody. We are in the studio today with John Remold of the Beaufort Executive Airport and the Hilton Head Airport as well, correct? You're the executive director? Is that your title?
Correct.
Correct. Okay, good. Just want to make sure I didn't get that wrong. So today we're in the studio, talk about a few things. First of all is going to be the Flying Frog 5K. Fun to say.
Yeah.
The icon, the logo is fantastic. What year is this?
This is, let's see, this is our fourth year running the race.
Okay. What are the dates of that?
It's October 28th, so it's
Come
last Saturday before Halloween.
Oh, perfect. That's great timing. And they get to run on the tarmac, on the runways and all that, right?
Yeah, so the race course is on the taxiways, the hangar areas, and then on the runway as well. So, pretty unique opportunity to run on the runway.
I would say that because I don't think there's any other ones around here, at least that I'm aware of, that you have that opportunity to do that. What does that race benefit?
Well, it's this year we are teamed up with Altitude Academy.
Okay.
And that's a nonprofit that is set up to really provide exposure to youth who might not otherwise be exposed to aviation.
Oh, wow.
And really just show them all the different facets of aviation careers. Because a lot of people think airplanes, they think pilots.
Correct.
But there are 1,000 different aviation-related jobs. And this is kind of a great organization that we latched onto and became partners with, and we like to support.
Excellent. That's good. Yeah, when I think of aviation, again, I go straight to the pilot aspect of it. But, of course, there are other people and folks involved to get more. It's more than just you flying a plane.
Oh, exactly.
Also coming up, the JSLB, the Junior Service League of Beaufort, is having their Touch-A-Truck 5K this year at the airport as well.
Well, actually, they're doing their Touch-A-Truck event. We're the 5K, so we're doing it on the same day.
Excellent. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so we wake everybody up with a 5K.
Okay.
And then they kind of hang out, and there's a little bit of gap in between the two, not very long, but at that point, then they move right into Touch-A-Truck.
Makes sense.
And everything that goes along with that.
I think it's a great partnership as well because you combine the aviation aspect of it with everybody else that comes in with their vehicles and these kids get an overall experience. It's almost, like going to an air show and you see these kids that are involved or they see the first time seeing an airplane up close. It's just a big deal.
It is.
And these are future pilots that could be sitting there or other aviation avenues that they would go into because they went in to this. You never know.
Right. I mean, the smallest thing can change somebody's life.
100%.
And think of all the kids who wanted to be a firefighter because they saw that truck go down the road, and that's just fun, cool stuff. So we'll have the trucks out there, the construction equipment, but we'll also have probably a couple airplanes out there.
Hopefully,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
And who flies into the Ladies Island, the Beaufort Executive Airport?
Well, that's kind of an interesting question because we call it general aviation airport.
Okay.
A lot of people refer to it as private aviation, but everybody flies in.
Right.
So we don't have commercial service, so no airline service, but there's charter service there. So there are folks who fly in maybe to play golf or to go to the islands on vacation, and they'll charter through a service and fly right in. And then you have folks who are just in for leisure from all over the place. They may fly in because they know we're on the East Coast and they're flying either maybe down farther south or they're heading back up north, but we've got great fuel prices, so we draw them in.
Got it.
And
Makes
by
sense.
the way, hop out, jump in our courtesy car, and go downtown for great lunch.
I don't. Yeah, it's not my world or my space, so I don't think about it that way. Fun fact, I do live right across the street on Bay Breeze Lane, which is lined up right with that runway.
Yeah.
So we get the luxury or the blessing of hearing those planes come in. And there are a whole bunch of different types of planes that fly through. There's some single prop, I've seen some double. Yep. Some high-end stuff, maybe some lower-end Cessnas that look like. Again, I don't know the value of these planes. But it's just my assumption of what they are. But they sound completely different as well. Depending on
do.
I mean, some are very quiet. Some are a lot louder than others. So it's interesting. I mean, they're probably, I don't know, at that point, maybe 300 feet, give or take.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah,
so it's insane.
That's the sound of people going on vacation or coming in. It's commerce.
Yeah. It's the sound of money.
We get some light jets in there too.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize that we land jets out there, but we do.
Yeah.
And that really opens the door to Those are folks maybe coming in on business.
Yep.
But a lot of them, arrive here for the first time and say, maybe I'll look for a second home out here.
I'm sure it happens quite a bit.
Yeah.
And we know it happens with other vacationers, not so much the folks that have the luxury of having a charter or a plane aspect to their reach, but those that come in vacation here, we hear it all the time.
Yeah.
I came in once. We love the area. We're going to come back, and when we retire, to move here. So we do live in a wonderful space. So
Absolutely.
let's talk about the Hilton Head Airport. Some good news coming out of that.
Yeah, so I have the privilege of being the director over there as well. So it's a different airport because we do have commercial service over there, but we are just about to break ground real soon on the terminal project.
Nice.
So it's a multi-phase project, but we've awarded the contract for that first phase, and that first contract is about $31 million. Wow. So it's a very large project.
Yeah.
It's really been a long time coming because the traffic has picked up there, and while we're still kind of a small destination airport, we really need to grow that terminal and give the visitors and the residents, because it's a hometown airport. So we want to give those residents enough room and a great facility.
So in size comparison, say this new terminal, what's the goal? So in comparison to where you're at now versus, say, the Savannah Airport, which to me is a relatively small airport.
Yeah.
Is the Hilton Head going to be similar in size?
No, we're still going to be a good bit smaller than Savannah. We're kind of a niche airport. So we're, for people who get afraid that, hey, they're doing this big project and the place is going to explode. It's really not, because we're geographically limited. We just have so much space.
Yeah.
But what we want to do is just provide the best experience we can to the folks who are using that airport.
Okay, so you're just basically elevating what's already there without growing too much more of the footprint.
Yep.
Is it going to increase any particular airlines? Is anybody else going to be able to come in that you don't have now? Who flies in? Who flies in?
Yeah, great question. So first of all, our legacy carrier is American. They've been there forever.
Yeah.
But we've got United and Delta in there as well.
Okay.
So those three will remain, but we're really hoping that expanding and having kind of some nicer facilities might open the door for some other airlines to take a look. We have some seasonal flights and whatnot, so maybe somebody looks at kind of what is our off season. Maybe they come in and fill in some of the gaps.
Makes sense. Now, are there certain criteria before an airline can make your destination a destination? Does it have to? Obviously, the plane size. So they have to have a limit. They have to have the plane that's available to fit your airport or our airport. Other than that, what would be the criteria for them to have to meet?
That's really up to each individual airline, because they all have their own business decisions that they make, their own parameters. But like you said, that piece of equipment, that airplane, that's the key one for us, because we're basically facility managers. That's what we do.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great stuff. I've always been interested in aviation and even the in and outs of how of a airport works, and we travel quite a bit, so I've got from a traveler standpoint, I understand and see the benefits of some and others that are just more horrible. We just got back. I was in Philly this weekend, and it was a nice airport. Relatively, it was decent size, maybe Savannah size, a little bit bigger, not as small as Charleston. Wasn't busy at all.
Really?
I had maybe, surprisingly enough, to be in Philadelphia. I mean, going right through security was super quick. Got through relatively easy. But we went down to where the terminal that we were flying out of, and one of the restaurants, there was literally, we were the only people in line.
Wow.
I even sent a video to my wife. I mean, it's very eerie feeling, because typically I'm so used to everybody. And again, I know it's not a major hub. It's not a international. I don't think it's an international airport, but it was just surprising how little amount of people were traveling. Even on my way there, dude, I had my other two seats were open, and my row to my left was open.
That's amazing.
It is. It doesn't happen. Not anymore.
Wow.
Not after COVID.
I think you're the lucky one.
Man, I don't know, dude. I don't know if it was because of the destination. I did fly a value airline, first time flying them. It was a good experience. Checked a bag, paid for a carry-on kind of a deal. Seats were a little off, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You take those every now and again.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's good. It's the flying experience is it's challenging like everything else now. I mean, if you drive on the interstate, you're going to face congestion. When you go to the airports, same thing. So really one of our goals at Hilton Head is to make that experience as relaxed as it can be, because when you travel, you're kind of antsy anyway. Yeah. And then up here at Beaufort is totally different, because there's no security checkpoints. That's one of the benefits of private aviation is you kind of do your own thing. The flight crews have a security mindset, so they're watching things. But it's such a convenient way to travel. If you've got the means to do it,
Is it?
It is a great way to go.
Is it expensive? I know that's relative.
It's very,
the word
yes.
expensive is relative to who you can, but I mean, is it? I guess I need to look into it a little bit more just to see.
The best way to do it is you have a friend who has an airplane.
There we go.
That's the way.
And I do know. Well, I do know one gentleman, Live Oaks Builders. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Todd.
Todd.
Yep.
He's got now his seaplane that he flows.
Yes.
I'd seen him at the water festival. He had it christened on Blessing of the Fleet.
Nice.
Super nice. I was like, of all things, of course he's a pilot, right? Super nice guy. I haven't gone up in it yet. We talked about it. It's one of those, fly every Saturday, come on by.
That's right.
You know, I need to start taking people up on those offers. I'm too nice to where I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to put anybody out. So, well, so the first one's Flying Frog 5K. Well, that's happening along with the Touch-A-Truck. Yep. So that's October 28th, the weekend right before Halloween. Yep. It's a great opportunity. Should be perfect weather.
Yeah, I mean, the race starts at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So, show up a little bit early.
Yep.
Well, the first time we did it was in August.
Oh.
And it was hot.
Yep.
So this is really kind of ideal running weather. So show up, and usually it's a little cool in the morning, which is great.
Perfect for running.
And then kick off that run. And I tell you what, it is a fast run.
Okay.
Because being on that airport,
it
is absolutely flat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so there's no elevation.
And we're USA Track and Field certified.
Excellent.
So for anybody who's watching, listening, if you're shooting for a PR or personal record and you achieve it, it counts.
Regardless. Okay.
Yeah.
So that'd be the one to take advantage of the space because of that.
That's right.
Tim at Grounded Running is going to be doing the timing.
Actually, not this year because he was fully booked.
Okay.
Yeah, so we actually had to have somebody come in from out of town.
Got it. Well, shout out to Tim at Grounded Running. Anyway,
absolutely.
we love
Tim's
Tim.
awesome.
Tim is
he's
awesome.
Done it every year, and we'll be back to him for sure as long as we get an opening. He's like the busiest guy in town.
I know. He's got the market on lock in our area. He's lucky enough to where he's does a fantastic job. He's reinvested into his timing equipment and some of his blow ups, and he's a really great person to have at your event.
So we're bringing another tourist. So that's another way to bring somebody into town.
Exactly right. Now, so we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
And we encourage everybody. They can still register now.
Yes.
When does registration end?
The day of.
Okay.
If you want to take your chances, come. Wait till that last day and show up and sign up. But if you sign up now, it's on runsignup.com.
Yep.
And just search for Flying Frog 5K. We're the only
Easy
one
enough.
out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the medal or the award? What's their prize? Are you doing top finishing?
Yeah. So each typical age group will receive first, second, and third.
Okay.
And then there'll be overall male and overall female.
Makes
as well.
sense. Okay. And is it a medal or are you doing physical?
We're doing medals.
Medals. Excellent. Okay.
Yep.
Those are always fun.
Yeah.
I don't run by any means, but I can imagine having those and then hanging those up and having
absolutely
trace. What am I thinking of? Not a chase, but a trophy case.
Oh yeah,
case.
You gotta hang the bling.
Exactly. Exactly right. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. Everybody, you get out there, go to this event. It's so much fun. We highly recommend it.
Thank you.
Right, thanks.